Filtration. We have seen earlier that to separate used tea leaves from tea, we pour the prepared tea through the tea strainer. The tea strainer has a wire mesh in it that acts as a filter. The liquid tea passes through the small holes of the tea strainer and collects in the cup below. The used tea leaves, being bigger in size, do not pass through the tea strainer and are left on the tea strainer. This process is called filtration. The process of separating insoluble substances from a liquid using a filter is called filtration. The tea strainer cannot be used to separate mud from water. The particles of mud are too small and will pass through the holes along with water. For this, we need a fine filter such as a filter paper. A filter paper is a piece of special paper that has millions of tiny holes in it. The holes of a filter paper are so small that they cannot be seen with the naked eyes, but can be seen only through a microscope. Activity 4. To separate a mixture of mud and water by filtration. Things needed: muddy water, filter paper, glass rod, iron stand, funnel, 2 beakers. Method: take some muddy water in a beaker. Now, take a circular piece of filter paper and fold it twice as shown in the figure. Open it out to make a cone. Place this filter paper cone in a funnel. Now, clamp the funnel containing the filter paper on an iron stand. Keep an empty beaker below the funnel. Pour the muddy water slowly into the cone using a glass rod. The clear water passes through the filter paper and collects in the beaker kept below the funnel. The clear liquid obtained is called filtrate. Take out the filter paper cone and open it out. Mud particles can be seen on the filter paper. This is called residue. Conclusion: the mud particles, being bigger in size, cannot pass through the filter paper and remain behind on the filter paper. In this way, mud and water can be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. Uses in everyday life. The process of filtration is commonly used in our everyday life. For example, fruits and vegetable juices are usually filtered before drinking to separate the seeds and the solid particles of pulp. For making paneer, cheese, a few drops of lemon juice are added to the milk as it boils. This gives a mixture that consists of particles of solid paneer and a liquid. The paneer is then separated from the liquid through a fine filtering cloth or a strainer. The tap water that we get from the waterworks can be made absolutely safe for drinking by using an electric water filter. Separation of soluble solids from a mixture. Evaporation. This method is used to obtain a solid substance that has dissolved in a liquid. Common salt dissolved in water can be separated by the process of evaporation. The process is based on the fact that liquids vaporize easily on heating, whereas solids do not. The process of changing of a liquid into its vapor by heating is called evaporation. Seawater contains a lot of salts. The process of evaporation is used on a large scale to obtain salts from the seawater. Seawater is trapped in shallow ponds called lagoons and allowed to stand there. The heat of the sun gradually evaporates the water completely in the shallow ponds, leaving behind the solid salts. This mixture of salts is further purified to obtain common salt. Activity 5. To separate common salt dissolved in water. Things needed: common salt, water, china dish, burner, tripod stand, wire gauze. Method: dissolve a teaspoonful of salt in about 50 milliliter of water taken in a china dish. Place the china dish on the tripod stand. The solution of common salt and water taken in the china dish is heated gently by using a burner. Observation: the water present in the salt solution evaporates to form steam. When all the water present in the solution of common salt and water gets evaporated, common salt is left behind in the china dish as a solid. Condensation. This method is used to obtain a liquid from its solution. We can get water from salt solution by this process. The process of changing vapor into its liquid state on cooling is called condensation. Activity